Welcome to your post-run yoga cool down. We'll be taking a moment to come down to the mat, stretch out the body, and also down-regulate the nervous system. So if you'd like to join me on the mat, we're going to find our way into seated, but we will be using a couple of props. If you have some blocks, go ahead and grab 2 of those. If not, books will be great. When you're ready, we'll come to find our way into a comfortable seat in the middle of your mat with your palms resting onto the thighs. Taking a moment to anchor the sit bones down into the ground. And then when you're ready, allow the eyes to just draw to close. Allowing yourself to ground into the mat, to find an equal distribution of the weight through the sit bones, to start to notice some length through both sides of the waist, and to allow the shoulders to soften away from the ears. Start to soften the skin around the forehead. Release any tension around the cheeks or the jaw. Relax the tongue. And then start to just follow your breath. Notice perhaps the pace of your breath right now. Perhaps still slightly fast if you've just come straight in from that run. Maybe it's starting to slow down as you heard that word breath. Wherever you are in your breath cycle, go ahead and take a conscious breath in through the nose. And exhale it out, mouth open. Take that twice more, full breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Take your final one, full breath in. Exhale to sigh it out. The next time you breathe in, take a full breath in through the nose. And then breathe out through the nose, mouth closed, folding your chin slowly into your chest. Allow the head to move all the way around in a circular motion twice in the same direction. Moving slowly, noticing any sensations that may arise. And then take it twice into the opposite direction. As you come to take your final one, allow the chin to fold back in towards your chest. And then gently bring your head back into neutral. From here, release your right ear towards your right shoulder head. And then take your right palm to the side of the head, increasing that stretch a little. Take a full breath in. And a long breath out. As you breathe in, bring the head back through neutral and take it to the opposite side. Release your left ear towards your left shoulder head. Take your left palm to the side of the head, increasing that stretch a little. Full breath in. Long breath out. As you breathe in, gently bring the head back through neutral. And then from here, take both arm bones out wide, press the fingertips down into the ground. If you'd like to, you can allow the eyes to gently float open or keep them closed. And as you breathe in, reach your arms out and all the way up towards the sky. On your exhale, start to twist towards your right hand side, releasing your left hand to your right knee and taking your right fingertips towards the back of the body. Lift through the crown of the head. As you breathe out, slowly come into a twist. Take 2 more breaths here, full breath in. Long breath out. Try and keep the shoulders level. The next time that you breathe in, reach your arms out and up and come all the way back through center. We'll take it to the opposite side. Release the right hand to the left knee, the left fingertips towards the back of the body. Lift through the crown of the head, shoulders are soft. As you breathe out, slowly twist. Full breath in. Long breath out. Take 1 more breath here. Exhale. As you breathe in, reach your arms out and all the way up, coming back through center. And then release the arms out wide and allow the palms to rest back onto the thighs. If the eyes are still closed, go ahead and float them open now as we then unravel and come into tabletop, into all fours. So find your way into a neutral tabletop with the hands spread, fingers spread wide, hands shoulder width apart, and knees hip distance. Think of your hips tracking directly above your knees and your shoulders directly above your wrists, drawing in through the navel, elongating through the crown of the head. We'll start to take a few cats and cows just to get some gentle movement, moving through the spine as you inhale, open the chest forwards, and on your exhale, think about really doming the upper spine, pressing the shoulders away from one another. Inhale to release the belly almost as if in towards a hammock as you smile the collarbones open, looking forwards. And on your exhale, fold the chin towards your chest. Take a few more rounds through a more linear cat and cow, perhaps starting to enjoy a little bit of this movement through the spinal column. And then take your last one here, coming to find your way back into tabletop, into all fours. When you're ready, take your right leg back behind you with the ball of the foot on the mat. Staying here, just start to move forward and back so you get a nice stretch through the back of the right leg, especially through that foot where you've been running on, the heel, the Achilles, the calf. The next time you move forward and back, stay back with the shoulders back beyond the wrists and enjoy that stretch out through your calf. As you breathe in, bring the weight forwards, shoulders traveling over the wrists, float the right foot away from the ground. Now think of the right pinky toe, if it's opening out to the side, roll the inner thigh slightly in so the pinky toe faces the ground, the hips are level. Maybe you stay here if you'd like to go further, explore taking the left arm long out in front, thumb faces the sky. Drawing in through the belly, trying not to kick the left hip out to the side. Take one more breath here. And then slowly release your left palm down and extend your right leg out to the side. So the right toes are in line with your left knee. Press the ground away from you with the palms and peel the right arm up towards the ceiling. Enjoy a nice stretch through the side of the body, also through that right inner thigh. And then bend your right elbow, take the hand towards the back of the head and lean the head into the palm, opening up through the chest sternum. Take a full breath in. Long breath out. As you breathe in, reach your right arm up and then release it down to the mat. Find your way back into tabletop, into all fours. Take a moment to give the wrists a little shake out. And if you need to as well, tap out your feet. And then we'll take it to the opposite side. Take the left leg back behind you with the ball of the foot on the ground and start to shift the weight forward and back. Enjoying a nice stretch through the back of that left leg. And then the next time that you breathe out, stay back with the shoulders beyond the wrists. Nice, enjoying that stretch through your left calf. As you breathe in, bring the weight forwards and then float your left foot away from the ground. Spread through the toes. Think of that left pinky toe facing the ground and then extend your right arm long out in front. Thumb faces the sky. Full breath in. Long breath out to hold. Inhale. As you exhale, release your right palm down and then kickstand your left toes out towards the left-hand side. Reach the left arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Nice. Find out a rotation from the center of the thoracic spine. Bend the elbow, hand to the back of the head, and then lean the head back into the palm. Take one more breath here. And then reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Take it down to the mat. Well done. Find your way back into tabletop. Give the knees a little shake out, the wrists if you need, and then we'll come into our first child's pose, knees mat width apart, toes together. Soften the tailbone towards the heels, extend the arms forwards, and allow the forehead to come down towards the mat. Take 3 full breaths here in child's pose, breathing in through the nose, and out through the nose, mouth closed. The next time that you breathe in, use your hands to support you, drawing in through the navel. Find your way back into tabletop. And from here, we'll take the knees a little further back behind you, tuck the toes under, press the ground away from you with the palms, so shoulders almost feel like they're pushing up towards the ears, and then send the tailbone high, coming into your first downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Pedaling out through the feet, so enjoy that nice pedal, the stretch through the back of the legs. Maybe shake the head out, yes and no. And think of keeping a lot of push or energy through the index knuckle pad and your thumb knuckle pad. Take one more breath here in downward facing dog, just walking that dog out. And then the next time that you breathe in, draw in through the belly, bend the knees if you need to, especially if there's a lot of sensation at the back of the legs. Try not to move the hips too much from side to side, and then walk the hands towards the back of the mat to meet your feet. Take the opposite hand to opposite elbow, the head is heavy. Take a generous bend of the knees, especially if needed, and then find your way moving, swaying from side to side in ragdoll. Enjoy a moment to just allow some gentle movement through the spine, through the body, and then as you breathe in, bend through the knees, roll yourself slowly up to standing. Bring the shoulders up to your ears, all the way back and down the spine, and then from the back of the mat, spread through the toes wide, release the palms either side of the body. The next time you breathe in, reach your arms out and all the way up, looking up towards your palms. Exhale, fold forwards and down, through prayer, through center, forward fold. As you breathe in, bring your hands to your shins, lift, lengthen, look far forwards, and on your exhale, fold. Walk your hands forwards, finding your way into your first plank. Hands shoulder width apart, feet hip distance, the crown of your head is long. Release the knees down to the mat, untuck the toes, and then slowly lower yourself down onto the ground. As you breathe in, inner thighs roll out, toenails press down into the ground, come up into your low cobra. Exhale to fold. Tuck the toes, send the tailbone back to the heels, and then high up to the sky, back into your downward facing dog. Pedaling out through the feet, giving the head a little shake out, yes and no. And we'll take this one more time. The next time that you breathe in, again, bend through the knees, walk your hands towards the back of the mat, try not to sway the hips too much from side to side, and then take that non-habitual hook, opposite hand to opposite elbow, swaying from side to side. And then slowly release the palms, bend through the knees, roll yourself up to standing. Bring the shoulders back up to your ears and down the spine, and then from the back of the mat, spread through the toes, feet hip distance. Inhale to reach the arms out and up. On this round, if you'd like to find a gentle back bend, maybe move into it, slowly fold forwards and down, through prayer, through center. Inhale to bring the hands to the shins, lift, lengthen, look far forwards, smiling through the collarbones. Exhale to fold. Walking the hands forwards again, try not to sway the hips too much from side to side. Come into a strong plank, crown of the head is long. Release the knees, untuck the toes, lower the chest slowly down between the thumbs. As you breathe in, slither up into your low cobra. On your exhale, fold. Tuck the toes, send the tailbone back to the heels, and high to the sky, back into our downward facing dog. So just enjoying there, some gentle movement, starting to maybe open up the body, stretch out through areas of the body that feel quite tight, especially post-running. The next time that you breathe in, sweep your right leg high, three-legged dog. Reach it all the way up, up, up. And then hug your right knee into your chest and step your right foot where your right palm was. If it didn't get there, hand to the back of the calf, guide it forwards, and then release the back knee onto the mat. As you breathe in, reach your arms all the way out and up, so you'll reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. On your exhale, windmill the arms all the way back behind you, squeezing the shoulder blades towards one another. Inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale to take the arms all the way back behind you, nice. Inhale to reach the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, grab a hold of your books or your blocks. This is where they're gonna come in handy. Find your way into runner's lunge. Send the hips back, peel the right toes to the sky, and then slide your right heel forwards. Lift up and out of the navel, and as you exhale, fold, hands at either side of that forward leg. Think of your right hip anchoring slightly back while the left hip anchors forwards, keeping the hips level. Take 2 more breaths here. If you want more sensation, spread through the toes wide, or maybe imagine that heel anchoring a little further forwards. Take 1 more breath. And then as you breathe in, rebend your right leg, bring it all the way back and through using those blocks to guide you, and then move them back out to the side. Well done. And come back into downward facing dog. Send the tailbone high. And as you pedal out through the feet, or maybe opt to find stillness now, just observe any subtle differences through right side and left. The next time that you breathe in, sweep your left leg this time up towards the ceiling, reach it all the way up high. Hug your left knee into your chest, step it forwards, and release the right knee down onto the ground. As you breathe in, reach your arms out and all the way up, reaching the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Notice that the left knee is tracking over the left ankle, the hips are level, the fingertips are reaching high. As you breathe out, windmill the arms all the way back behind you. Inhale to reach them up. Exhale to take it all the way back. Take your last one. And then as you breathe in, reach the arms up. And release them down, grabbing a hold of your blocks or your books, bringing them either side of the forward leg. I'm using them to the highest height. Lift the left toes, slide it forwards, but you can lower it if you feel like you have a bit more space, a bit more room to work into. So you choose wisely. Allow the left hip to anchor slightly back, the right hip forwards. Soften the chest towards that left shin. Take 2 more breaths here, spreading through your toes. And then as you breathe in, gently travel back up. Rebend your left leg, bring it all the way back and through. And we can move those props out to one side. Well done. Find your way back into a well-deserved child's pose, knees mat width apart, toes together. Soften the tailbone to the heels as you extend the arms forwards and allow your forehead to meet the mat. Take 3 breaths here. Noticing the expansion at the sides of the waist as you breathe in. Perhaps a softening of the tailbone to the heels as you breathe out. The next time that you breathe in, draw in through the navel, use your hands to support you. Well done, finding your way back into tabletop, bring the knees in towards one another, take both feet out to one side, and find your way back into seated, extending the legs forwards, releasing the flesh from underneath the sit bones so that you feel quite anchored through the sit bones, extending through the legs, reaching the arms up, and as you breathe out, allow yourself to fold forwards. Now listen, try not to grab a hold of your toes or pull too firmly. See where it feels enough for you while you're still keeping the chest sternum open. Maybe your hands are at your thighs, maybe they're at the shins, maybe they are reaching for the tippy toes. But ultimately here we want to feel the stretch through the back of the legs, through the posterior chain muscles known as the calves, the hamstrings that you have definitely been working on. Take 1 more breath here, maybe with your exhale, allowing you to get a little deeper in. And then as you breathe in, gently find your way, unraveling, rolling back up. Bending your right knee, hugging it in towards you and stepping your right foot over your left leg. And the crown of the head is reaching up high, reach your right arm up and all the way back, rotating the fingers towards the back of the mat and keep that right arm bone quite close to the back of your body. It's almost like a pillar of support. The left arm wraps around your right knee, lengthening through the crown of the head, and as you breathe out, slowly coming into a twist. Trying to think about this twist, keeping the chin in line with the sternum so that you're not just twisting at the neck. The thoracic spine is really starting to move. As you breathe in, well done, come back through center, unwrap, unravel. Twist to the opposite side for just a moment to release the lumbar spine. And then bring yourself back through center and we'll take it to the left side. Give the legs a little shake out and then take it to the left. Hug your left knee into the chest, remain strong through the sit bones, cross the left foot over the right leg, and then reach your left arm up and back behind you. Rotating the left fingertips towards the back of the room, take your right arm, wrap it around the left knee and come into that twist. Try to keep the shoulders level, the crown of the head long. Maybe with each exhale, allowing yourself to move a little further in. Ensure that your right ankle that is extended out is not sickling in or out. And then as you breathe in, come back through center, de-rotate, take the hands to the opposite side, bend the elbows, arms are out wide. And then bring yourself all the way up and over. Well done, give the legs a little shake out. We'll scoot forwards to the top of the mat, taking the knees to hip distance, extend through the arms, draw in through the navel, keep the feet planted into the mat for as long as you can, and then roll yourself slowly down onto the spine, one vertebrae at a time. As you reach the ground, take both arms over the head, both legs long out in front for a well-deserved stretch, full breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Take that one more time, full breath in. Exhale to sigh it out. As you breathe in, hug your knees into your chest, taking a little rock from the side to side. Hands can be on the shins or on the knees. Maybe they're wrapped around the shins. And then slowly from here, release the hands, release the feet. And we'll come to shuffle over to the right side of our mat, extending the left leg long out in front and hugging your right knee back in towards your chest. Take a few ankle circles here, just allowing a bit of that synovial fluid to move back into the joints. Well done. Wiggle the toes to awaken that foot, noticing the sensation there. And then take your left hand to the outer edge of your right leg. Your right arm comes down by your side and you'll roll onto your left hip. You might need to lift the hip slightly to shuffle the hip over to the right side and then open the right arm bone out in a big open T shape, palm faces the sky. The right hip is in line with the right knee is in line with the right ankle, and you can stay looking towards the sky or you can opt to look over towards that right palm. Whatever you're doing, take 2 more breaths here. Keeping that left leg long, straight. And then as you breathe in, slowly come back through center. Well done, shuffle yourself back towards the middle of the mat and over to the left side, just so that we remain on the mat throughout. Hug your left knee in towards your chest, interlace the hands around the front of the shin, take some circles into your left ankle joint. Notice the mobility that you have there right now. Wiggle the toes, so again, awakening that left foot. And then take your right hand to the outer edge of your left leg, your left palm down by your side, roll onto your right hip. As you roll in, lift the hip, shuffle it slightly over to the left, and then open the left arm bone out in a big open T shape. Palm is open to the sky. Option here again to stay looking up towards the ceiling or to look over towards that left arm. Again, whatever you're going for, taking 2 more breaths. The next time that you breathe in, slowly come back through center. Hug your knees back in towards your chest as you find your way back into center and take a gentle rock from side to side. Enjoy releasing the lumbar spine. Release the hands and the feet. And then from here, take the feet to a little wider than hip distance and allow the knees to pull in towards one another or come in towards one another. Take your hands either side of the rib cage. This is known as constructive rest pose. If you're feeling any tightness of the lumbar spine, maybe you lift the hips or lift the tailbone and the hips and send the tailbone slightly forward so that you can release it back down, and maybe that's taken any sensation out of the lumbar spine. And then allow the eyes to just draw to close. And so before we come to our final relaxation, we'll come to work with what's known as a 3-part breath, where we'll be breathing in towards the belly and then up towards the ribs, and then all the way up towards the chest, and exhaling fully for a count of 5. We'll take 3 rounds and I'll guide you throughout. So wherever you are in your breath cycle, go ahead and take a conscious breath in through the nose. Conscious breath out. And we'll begin. Inhale belly. Inhale ribs. Inhale, chest. Exhale fully for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, belly. Inhale, ribs. Inhale, chest. Exhale fully for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final round. Inhale, belly. Inhale, ribs. Inhale, chest. Exhale fully for 5. Full breath in. Long breath out. When you're ready, slowly toe heel the feet back towards one another and then extend the legs forwards. Allow yourself to get comfy. So we take a moment here just to rest into our relaxation into Shavasana. Palms open to the sky, perhaps opting to take the legs a little wider, or maybe even the arms, allowing yourself to take up space. If you haven't already, allowing your eyes to come back to close. So you begin to soften the skin around the forehead, soften the cheeks, relax the tongue, and allow the back of the body to rest into the ground beneath you. Giving yourself the gift of stillness. Begin to observe your breath. Perhaps notice the cooler air coming in, the warmer air departing. Begin to invite some gentle movement into the fingers and toes. Awakening the body. When you're ready, hugging your knees slowly in towards your chest. Taking a moment here. Rolling off to your favorite side. And then using your hands to support you as you find your way up into seated. So coming back where we began. Finding your way back into seated with the hands resting onto the thighs. With the eyes closed, just enjoying a moment of this stillness. perhaps of this sense of calm as we've started to down-regulate the body, move into that parasympathetic nervous system, that rest and digest. The next time that you breathe in, go ahead and take both arms out wide, reaching the arms out and all the way up until the hands meet above your head. As you breathe out, slowly bring your hands down to your heart center, thanking yourself and your body for taking the time out to show up on the mat, especially after a run. Bowing our heads together to seal the practice. Thank you, everyone. Well done.